Welcome to episode 2 of the Side Sketch. My name is Carlos Solano. I'm an artist out here in South Florida, doing my thing, finding my ways, and I welcome you to episode 2. Uh, we got some things to talk about. It's been a while since I posted, and let's just say that some things have happened since the last post that we need to discuss. Definitely things that's happened that are going to affect me and my creative endeavors and my creative process. Um, let's get into it, man. The biggest thing by far that happened in the last few days is I got the dreaded call from my mom in Puerto Rico, stating that my dad was ill and was taken to the hospital and with chest pains and all this stuff. And those are situations in life that hit you, man. Like, you gotta just kind of like get up and go and just do your part and help and be a son and just do the best that you can. So so I got that little emergency call from my parents, and it sucks. It sucks when a loved one is sick and ill, but you got to do your thing, man. Life hits you with these curveballs, and you just kind of have to react and keep a level head and keep your faith and just kind of do your thing. Um, I flew out to Puerto Rico last week. Excuse me, the week before, right after 4th of July, to be with my dad and just to help him out, to help my mom out. I'm not gonna get into the details because that's personal, but I am happy to say that dad is doing well. He's recovering. I was able to help him get back home, and he's home recovering, being his back to his old stubborn ways, and you know back everything is everything is how it should be for now. And but the old man is tough as nails. I give my pops credit. He's tough, man. And life hit him with another curveball, and when you think he's gonna strike out, homeboy hits you with at least a triple. He gets on base. So dad is doing well, mom is doing well, and got to spend some time with my parents, help them out, um, and just be around the people that I love. And mom and dad, if you're hearing this, or you ever get a chance to hear this, I love you. Uh, and everything that I do, I have you in mind, and I always aim to be, to make you proud and to show you that I'm doing the best that I can. So that happened. So I was out there, helped dad get out of the hospital and just kind of get him back home, and it was cool. So Puerto Rico for a few days, and wild thing is that the day that I get my pops out of the hospital, the fucking power goes out, dog. The power goes out. Mind you, Puerto Rico got smashed by a hurricane last September-ish, Hurricane Maria, which was like a nuclear bomb. Let me tell you, Puerto Rico is a beautiful island full of beautiful people. And you can see some serious devastation where, shit that was, alive and kicking at one point ain't alive and kicking anymore. A lot of, structures and buildings that have been destroyed. A lot of, huge trees that are, just mangled and just kind of just leaning up against each other. So there's a very big visual representation of what was left from that storm. And I got to experience one night of no power. Mind you, my parents spent about 5 months, and if I'm not mistaken, there's still some people in the dark from the last event. Um, but yeah, man, you're talking about like, waking up 2, 3 in the morning to 95-degree weather, pitch black. All the animals are going crazy. You can hear, roaches screaming for help. You can hear, rats scurrying through the woods and birds chirping and everything, man. it was real. It was fucking real. But yeah, it was like I said, it's one of those things, the little detail to add to the story. And so yeah, so I experienced that. Also on the trip, I experienced a lot of, like, a lot of stress, a lot of frustration from a lot of different angles. A lot of I learned about the human heart a little bit, about our system, this body that we have, and how it works, and how incredibly delicate things are, and also incredibly how strong things are within us, and how it's all connected to our spiritual and our physical. So yeah, a lot of emotions, a lot of things that I've paid attention to, and I hope that you guys see that in my artwork moving forward. And I'm curious to see how that manifests in my artwork moving forward also. So you know, that was kind of like the big episode, or I guess moment that happened since the last podcast. And you know, but everything is positive, everything's good. Dad is in good health. I learned a bunch of things. Everyone's doing okay, and you know, it was nice to see my family, and it was also cool to see that the island is kind of coming back to life. And I can only imagine how shitty it was at one point, but it's coming back to life. It's moving and grooving, and people are doing, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. So, and with that whole thing, like, it's interesting that as I'm driving back and forth to help my mom, and visit my dad at the hospital, I see so many opportunities to use my talents as an artist to possibly uplift the towns where my parents and my family live. And be it maybe doing a mural for a school where their sports facility took a bad hit, and maybe a fresh coat of paint on a little mural would uplift that the school and the students. Or maybe like the town center, who's those are also places that took pretty big hits. And how to find creative opportunities to help the people on the island, and just kind of use our my God-given talent to just kind of like help in a way to uplift spiritually, visually. And these were ideas that kind of ran through my head while I was out there. And I'm hoping and praying that maybe this is something that can come true, and I can figure out a way to make that happen, whether it be with a group of artists. We go down there and just kind of do a little sabbatical, and just kind of do a little art thing, and help uplift a few places. Or maybe it's on my own, or maybe it's something renegade where I just go out there and just kind of like talk to people and see what's up. But yeah, I see great opportunities on using creative talents to just cheer people up, bring things up, bring a little bit of positivity to an island that took a pretty big hit. So yeah, so that was my trip to Puerto Rico in a nutshell. Um, and all things that experience that just kind of helping the whole personal growth. And so yeah, so that was pretty much interesting. Other things going on with myself, future plans. I got a little bit of a live painting art show event coming in. I'm gonna say October. I hooked up with some homies. A homie of mine. I'm not gonna be dropping any names or anything, but a homie of mine who's curating for a high-end restaurant. We got to chopping it up, and speaking about opportunities at the restaurant, and doing a little show, a little live painting. So this is very premature and very in its infant stages. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it's also something that you know got my blood pumping. I'm really excited about. So that's happening. Teaming up with a realtor also to do some open house work, and hopefully place my work in some high end homes down here in South Florida, and just kind of like you know get my work in front of some new eyes, and see what comes for that. So really dope and excited about that. Um, I also do have a question to answer from my last podcast. Uh, they asked me what are my favorite go-to supplies, and or just asked me what are my kind of go-to supplies, and yeah, my go-to pieces are my sketchbook is always a Moleskine Art Edition, the 8x5 book, super dope, heavy paper, takes on almost any medium, and black gel pen. I'm a fan of the cheapo depot from the dollar store. You get 10 for a buck, and you can push and pull the ink with a little bit of a water brush and all that. So I think those are super dope. But pretty much any gel pen kind of helps me achieve the look that I want in terms of my line stroke and my approach and my style. And pencils, Karen Dash is kind of like my brand. Mind you, no sponsors. This podcast is not sponsored by anybody but my damn self. So, yeah, so Karen Dash is for sure a pencil that I like. Tombow has a dope pencil that I like. I've been wanting to try that Palomino Blackwing, but I haven't had a chance to get my hand on that one. So yeah, so those are kind of like my go-to supplies, and I'm a big fan of just buying different art supplies just to see what works, what doesn't work, what sticks, what doesn't stick, and yeah, any artists out there that are hesitant in buying supplies, you get into the store and buy something that catches your eye, and see how you can flip it, see how it works in your style, see if maybe it helps you develop a style. Just give it a shot, and yeah, that's kind of like my go-to three hitters, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this podcast. Um, I guess the one message that comes from all this is just keep your chin up, man. Positive mindset is everything. I'm a big positive thinker. I'm really into just seeing things from a lighter side, and embracing mistakes, embracing life, embracing the ups and downs, and learning from them. Keeping a positive mind, keeping just kind of like that focus, chin up, let's get it done approach, and everything's going to be good as long as I'm not stepping backwards or hanging my head. So always positive thinking, always positive energy, always onwards, forwards, movement, just, keeping it on the up and up. So with that being said, I wish all of you blessings and positive energy. This has been episode 2 of the Side Sketch, and I thank you for listening. My name is Carlos Solano. Till next time, peace.